Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A Help Me Hank scam alert regarding identity theft. Why thousands of Michiganders collecting unemployment may be at risk.
Plus, the state's two biggest schools issue mandates requiring all students and staff be vaccinated for COVID-19.
But we'll begin with breaking news. Northbound I-75 shut down for emergency repairs as crews work to fix a sinkhole.
The closure is from I-696 to 12 Mile. MDOT tells us the sinkhole impacted part of the retaining wall, so they took it down. They believe it was caused by natural water in the ground. MDOT says it happened around 5 a.m. while crews were working. Right now, the closure is expected to last at least through the weekend.
Our other top story at this hour is the coronavirus. Numbers from the state today showing an increase in new cases.
Yeah, the state reports 2,250 new cases over the last 3 days. That's about 750 cases per day. 19 Michiganders have died during that same time period. And on the vaccine front, the state's vaccination rate is at 63.5%.
And now starting this fall, both the University of Michigan and Michigan State University will require all students and staff to be vaccinated for COVID-19. Grant Herms live from Ann Arbor. The decision from both schools comes about a month before classes are to start here, Grant.
Just a little over a month, Devin, that's right. You know, the U of M and MSU are joining smaller colleges across the state in their decision to have students, staff, and faculty vaccinated or be masked for at least the first few weeks of the semester as the Delta variant continues to drive cases here in Michigan. Michigan's two largest universities making major announcements about the upcoming fall semester as the pandemic continues into its 16th month. In a letter this afternoon, University of Michigan officials saying it would be mandating vaccines for all students, faculty, and staff by August 30th. Writing, we acknowledge the magnitude of this decision and we do not make it lightly. Following our principles of putting the safety of our faculty, staff, students, and patients first, we are confident this is the right approach. Then late this afternoon, Michigan State's president, who said in June MSU wouldn't be requiring vaccines, reversing course and following the U of M, saying all Spartans will need to be vaccinated by August 31st and will be required to wear masks starting Sunday through the first few weeks of fall semester. Around Ann Arbor, students seem to be on board too.
I was really glad to see the universities having a harsh stance on vaccination. I think it's really important.
We also met 17-year-old Kevin Russell on a visit to campus with his parents.
If it's mandatory and that's what they want to keep people safe, go ahead, do that. Yeah, I agree with that.
A new mandate for a new year as another COVID school year is just around the corner. I know these announcements come just one day after the president mandated vaccines for federal employees. We asked the governor's office if a similar mandate would be coming down for state employees. They said that is not something they're considering. Back to you.
So, Grant, we mentioned a little about a month or a little more than a month, I guess, to go. So how long then do people have to get vaccinated to be in compliance?
Well, the deadline for here at the University of Michigan is August 30th. It's August 31st if you're at MSU, which means if you're totally unvaccinated right now, you'll have to get your vaccine starting very soon to be within that window because the semester starts on September 2nd for both schools.
Exactly right. Better start making the plans. All right, Grant.
Corner. A stern new warning tonight about the dangers of the Delta variant. An internal CDC document reveals the variant is as contagious as chickenpox and appears to cause more serious illness than previously thought. It also shows unpublished data revealing that fully vaccinated people might spread the Delta variant at the same rate as the unvaccinated. The CDC says the vaccine does protect against more severe symptoms, though. Paula Tutman reports health experts warn the war has changed in the fight against COVID.
Right now, that Delta variant is the most virulent, but Dr. Ovita Fuller, the University of Michigan virologist who sits on the advisory board for the FDA, says there are 4 variants of concern right now and another 8 that have actually been identified.
We saw Delta was about 3% in May in this country. And now our numbers are telling us that 80% of the cases, the known cases, are Delta.
Dr. Fuller, who sits on the FDA advisory board that approved both the Pfizer and Moderna mRNA vaccines and the Johnson & Johnson 1-dose for emergency use authorization, says it's not too late to stop the highly contagious Delta variant.
We sort of missed our major opportunity to get everybody vaccinated, which would stop replication. So we still now have to deal with this while we're still trying to get the level of vaccination up to protect from these changes.
But she says there is urgency that everyone who can get vaccinated must.
Our opportunity is to stop replication of coronavirus before it changes so well that it overcomes our current immune protection.
Another big concern, children, particularly those under the age of 11 who cannot get vaccinated because the virus, in its replication to survive, will go to the easiest host, and a variant that changes outcomes for children could be next.
It will adjust itself to do that. If that's who is available for it to replicate in, then there will be a variant that will be more transmissible in children that could possibly come up. I'm not saying that will happen, but I'm saying the nature is that could happen.
Dr. Fuller says it's up to every adult possible to protect every child. Again, children under the age of 11 who cannot get vaccinated, thus far, Dr. Fuller says, gives more reason to not only get the vaccination if you are eligible, but continue wearing masks even if you are inoculated.
That's why everyone is now being asked to wear a mask to prevent us putting virus into the atmosphere that can affect somebody else, even though I may not get sick.
Dr. Fuller says the emotion, the politics, the personal opinions have to be taken out of this. Those adults and teenagers eligible for the vaccine must get vaccinated while there's still a window available before something else develops that no vaccine will be able to battle. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Well, that's so right. All right, Paula. Let's check back in with the weather. It's shaping up. We haven't said this in a while. It's shaping up to be a nice weekend.
So nice to say it, too. Let's get over to Ben with a look at what's in store. Hi, Ben.
Hey, guys. Yeah, better late than never. This is our last weekend in July, really half a weekend because August starts on Sunday. But you're right. It is going to be pleasant as far as temperatures go, and that starts right now. Numbers outside are in the 70s. The humidity is gone. You can see some of the state is in the 60s right now. Compared to where we were yesterday, this is about a 10 to 15 degree drop, especially in areas that are north of 8 Mile. You see it's 9 degrees cooler at Metro than what we were looking at yesterday. So for the rest of the evening, sliding into the 60s, and again, just very pleasant conditions. Humidity is going to be the least of our concerns going forward over the next couple days. And the headlines as we go forward into the first week of August, humidity is a thing of the past, at least for this forecast. There are some drops to dodge, and the weekend forecast will time that out, and temperatures just continue to be pleasant. A lot of good news to discuss when we see you again in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Tonight, a Help Me Hank scam alert reveals why those collecting unemployment may be at risk of having their identity stolen.
High-tech thieves are focused on thousands who may be in the process providing more information to get their benefits. Our consumer investigator Hank Winchester is live. Hank, some have already been taken.
Kimberly, unfortunately, hundreds have already been taken. These are people that are already collecting unemployment, fighting to get the money that was already given to them last year, making sure that stays in their bank accounts. And now, high-tech thieves, they are moving in. If you're collecting unemployment, beware. Scammers are sending out text messages asking for your personal information, and they're targeting more than 600,000 in the state who are in the process of providing that information to UIA. You may remember UIA apparently posted questions for filers to answer last year that were not approved by the Department of Labor. People like Aaron Miller.
I really think the state needs to take responsibility for the error and not put the burden on the people.
Thousands received the notices from UIA last month. Resubmit your information. If you don't, you may have to pay back what was paid out.
I don't think people should have to repay unemployment that they were approved for by the state originally based on the state's mistake.
And now we've learned these thieves have obtained the list of those going through this process, and they've been sending out text message alerts asking for your social security number, your mother's maiden name, and even your personal banking information. This is not how UIA will contact you. Always be suspicious of a text, a call, or even a letter you receive from somebody that you don't know.
You have to be very vigilant on who is calling you and what their reasoning for it is.
And if you have questions about your unemployment status, you should contact the Unemployment Insurance Agency directly. And right now, it's believed that these high-tech thieves only have access to cell phone numbers, but they may also be able to obtain information like your personal email address, your home address, so be aware of any phone calls or letters that you may receive. Be very cautious before you respond. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Hank, before you go, I understand there's some news from UIA about the payments some have already received.
And Kimberly, that news came down just about an hour ago from UIA, saying that every dollar that was given out last year regarding that confusion with the questioning with the Department of Labor, people will be able to keep that money. So that is some good news from UIA tonight and for those collecting unemployment here in Michigan.
Indeed. Okay. Hank, thanks. Friends and family gathered today to say goodbye to political titan and retired Senator Carl Levin. A private funeral took place this afternoon in accordance to his Jewish faith, which says he should be buried within 24 hours of his passing. Levin was Michigan's longest-serving U.S. senator and got his start in politics with Detroit City Council. During his 36 years on Capitol Hill, Levin was known as a legislator who often worked across the aisle with his Republican counterparts. He passed away yesterday at the age of 87. President Joe Biden today put out a statement about his late friend saying, quote, "For 30 years, Carl Levin and I served together in the United States Senate. He was one of the most honorable and decent people I've ever known. Jill and I send our love to his beloved Barbara, their children and grandchildren."
Still to come, soldier from Michigan is accounted for decades after going missing at war.
We'll tell you where he was fighting and what led to him being identified.
Also, after a hot start, experts say the Metro Detroit real estate market is cooling off. We'll find out what you should do if you're looking for a new home.
And